So if you want to take out that gun and badge, I'm happy to scrap with you one day. You want to do it, let's do it. Let me know, buddy.
That is not a crime, and you're telling me to get out of my vehicle.
Broken arm! Broken arm! Broken arm!
If you didn't know, I went to the police academy and they kicked me out.
That's my purse! I don't know you!
Spit me on my face right now! She spit in my face!
Today's video takes us to Annapolis, Maryland, where we find our big mouth, hard-headed Frauditor. Oh my goodness, how else should I describe him? He's a blubbering buffoon of a bird brain. Oh, he looks like he got in a bit of trouble at the police station. Oh, dearie me. Enjoy.
Viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Alright, what is up, squad? What is up? Here we are back again because for whatever reason, YouTube be on and is demonetizing the videos that I put up, but is in return allowing other people to post my content and somehow make ad revenue on my content, but I can't make ad revenue on my own content. So we are going to make sure that this video is viewed from an educational standpoint.
Well, I'll tell you something, young blood. YouTube does not go in for a great deal of profanity. And if you read the rules on profanity, you will understand why you have been demonetized. But again, you're too stupid to understand that, so I know it falls upon deaf ears.
This is a learning experience, and just because some folks may not use it as a learning experience, it doesn't mean others aren't. Okay, YouTube? Let's stop picking sides. Alright, anyway, let's get into it. On July 5th, 2020, my little brother's best friend, and someone that I considered a little brother, was murdered here in Annapolis, Maryland. No suspects have been named. There have been no arrests made. Nothing of the sort on that.
I'm terribly sorry to hear about your little friend, Frauditor, but things like that happen in the big city every day. I hope they do catch those people responsible, but in the meantime, why are you acting so stupid, as we shall see later in this video?
There was some evidence collected at the crime scene. One of those items being a cell phone that was owned by my little brother. They told him that if he came and answered some questions as to, if he was at the party or whatever he wanted to know, that he could have his phone back. I took him and his friend there. The friend's mother met us there. They were just ignorant from the get-go. I asked if they had a warrant to keep the phone as evidence. They eventually did, after many hours, bring me the warrant. In between that, they proceeded to harass us.
Do tell, Frauditor. Oh, like they harassed your grandmother? She didn't even fake that fall very well, Frauditor. How is Granny these days?
For the kid's mother going outside to smoke cigarettes. They said we're not allowed to go to and from, even though it was a public building during business hours, which was incorrect. We were also told that after my brother answering questions, they brought down the warrant finally, after my 5th or 6th time asking for it. They showed us the warrant. They rejected to allow him to have his phone back. And they told us that we needed to leave the property or else we would be arrested for trespassing.
Well, that seems fairly clear, sonny boy. Leave the building or be charged with trespassing. Decisions like that, I know they're difficult for a pea brain like yours.
Ultimately, they were upset because my little brother did not want to answer any questions. He did not want to give any statements or go on the record for anything. They were very upset with him for that and wanted to retaliate and chose to use me as the scapegoat. They blamed it on my, as they would say, big mouth, which, yeah, I have. Sure, 100%, not going to lie about it. But asking someone if they have a warrant for evidence or to keep someone's phone as evidence shouldn't constitute as having a big mouth. It should constitute as knowing the rules or knowing the law or knowing my rights.
Look, Junior, it's not the fact that you have a big mouth. It's the fact of how you use your mouth. You have a real smart, cocky attitude. Perhaps if you were to ask someone in a polite and dignified manner, you'd get a little bit further in life. But you have a lot to learn. You're still young.
What you can and can't do with my personal property. So ultimately, while we were leaving the property, as you'll see in the video, I am a few feet ahead of my brother. He's trying to ask why it is he's being, not given his phone after he was told if he came up here that he could have his phone back, this, that, and the third. They attempt to obstruct the doorway, which I don't know how he was supposed to leave if you're obstructing the doorway. He did get a little vocal and uttered just one phrase of, "Give me your phone." And you can see him step up to the gentleman, maybe a little aggressively.
Well, I'll tell you something, Frauditor. Anger management issues seem to run in the family. We've watched you with your anger, and we've even watched your grandmother with an attitude. So I'm going to have to assume that your little brother has an attitude as well. When you think you know more than authority figures, that's what's going to get you into trouble every single time.
His stance was a little aggressive. Were his hands down at his side? Yeah. Did any other officer's body language show that he was being aggressive or was at any point in time a threat? No, because you don't see anyone else flinch or make a move until after he tackles my brother. So while, yeah, he shouldn't have been vocal and we should have just left and dealt with it in the way that we were going to, there was no need for Officer Conor McGregor Jr. to try to slam him and take it to a UFC fight. I did step up and try to tell him, bro, chill. He hit his head. I was shoved into the drywall. I attempted to get them off of me because I was falling further and further into the drywall.
Do tell, Frauditor. That sounds like a right good punch-up. Oh, tell us more.
My brother is ultimately charged with trespassing on a public agency during business hours. 2 counts of that, actually. Disturbing the peace and disorderly conduct. Assault in the 2nd degree because somehow he assaulted the police officer, and resisting and interfering with an arrest. I was basically told if I didn't that I would be arrested too. So I called internal affairs right away before they could sit there and come up with a news story or take the video down or do something with the video, or as Anne Arundel County likes to have, internal server errors.
Speaking of internal server errors, Frauditor, I think it was a terrible day when your mother conceived you. Oh, I bet she regrets that, doesn't she, sonny boy?
And lose these footages. I called internal affairs and had them pull it right away and filed a complaint. And ultimately, that's what led me to filing the PIA request to request this video footage, because it had been 2 years almost. It had been 1.5 years, and I still hadn't even gotten a decision on the complaint that I had filed. So I wanted the footage for myself to see what was going on. My brother still has an open court.
Take your time, Frauditor. What are you trying to tell us? Spit it out, man.
My brother's charges are still pending, and he still has an open court case here in the Anne Arundel County court system. They want him to take a plea deal and plead to charges, certain charges on the docket, but he is choosing not to plea. Obviously, he didn't do anything wrong, so why would he plead guilty to that? But yeah, again, YouTube, I am not glorifying any behavior. I am simply posting my personal experiences for other people to use as a learning experience on what maybe they should or should not do, or maybe how to devise a plan to not end up in the same situation that I ended up in next time.
Oh, I get it, Frauditor. You're an educator, or you want to be an educator. Hey, how did that go for you that time that you submitted a bill to the Educational Services Department? You remember that time that you had to educate the police? How did that go? Did you get reimbursed for that, Frauditor? Yeah, you know, you're not a very good educator because you got your little brother in trouble. You're supposed to be a role model for your little brother, and here you are trying to get him a jail record. What's wrong with you, Frauditor? What follows is the video footage that the Frauditor fought so hard to get. There's no audio, but we don't need any. We can follow the story just fine. Oh, your little brother looks so cute with his man bun. Now, if you click your heels 3 times and say there's no place like home, pretty soon you'll be at home with your grandmother and Toto.
Out of your on and slam my kid and try to put me through a wall because he ran out the door. No shit, we've been here for 3 hours. No. Nobody sits in a chair for 3 hours, dude.
Ooh, wee, Frauditor, that is one foul mouth you have. You don't kiss your grandmother with that mouth, do you? Oh, well, her mouth seemed to be a little foul too there when she fell down. Maybe that's where you get it from. Oh, I never heard you mention your mother. Hopefully she's alive and well. If she's not, my regards, Frauditor. But still, you have a foul mouth.
I don't even smoke cigarettes. I don't even smoke cigarettes, dude. Hey, you stepped in the way of them. Don't act like you didn't step in the way. Like, y'all are ridiculous, dude. Why am I still here? Because I need the information. I've asked for it multiple times. You're a public servant. I'm asking you for your information.
So I'm getting it to you.
That's
stand
fine.
out here.
Okay, that's fine. You didn't say to stand out here. You said to stand over here.
This is what happens when you have a cocky attitude. You better hope nothing happens to Granny, because when she passes away, where are you going to live, Frauditor? You'll be at the men's shelter like our good buddy Glenda.
You're a public servant. Y'all can give me information. Don't act like you didn't step in front of him, dog. Don't act like you didn't step in front of him. You wanted to slam the smallest kid out, dude. Go yourself. You're a you know?
Well, there you have it, folks. No wonder the poor lad's videos are demonetized. There was so much profanity in there, it took me a while to edit it all out. Oh, Frauditor, I'm going to make sure that this video is not only demonetized, we'll get it taken down. That's too much profanity for any one person to listen to. Write to this idiot. Make sure you get your protonmail.com email address first, though. Yeah, write to him and tell him to grow up. He's still a young kid. Tell him to get a real job. Yeah, get a vocation. Learn something. Learn a skill. What a bloody moron. Oh, my God, my head hurts now. If you enjoy watching idiots, imbeciles, and morons on my channel, please subscribe. As always, thanks so much for stopping by. Cheers to that.